ever felt like your prayers are going nowhere? Like you're pouring out your heart, but all you get in return is silence? Like you're asking, seeking, knocking, but the door just won't open? If you ever felt that way, you're not alone. And I want to share something that might change everything for you. Journaling. Because sometimes the problem isn't that God isn't speaking, it's that we're not creating space to actually hear Him. Number one, writing slows you down so you can actually process your prayers. Let's be real. Life is noisy. We're constantly rushing, constantly distracted, constantly moving from one thing to the next. And when we pray, a lot of times we do the same thing. We pray, we vent, we beg for answers, and then we move on. But when you write your prayers down, you slow down. You don't just talk at God. You reflect, you process, you start noticing what's really on your heart. If you've been feeling disconnected in prayer, try this. Open a journal, write your prayer instead of just saying it. Pause, breathe, reflect. Because sometimes the clarity we're asking for isn't missing. It's just waiting for us to be still enough to see it. Number two, writing helps you see patterns in your prayers. Have you ever felt stuck in the same struggles over and over again? Like no matter how much you pray, you're battling the same fears, the same doubts, the same unanswered questions? That's because growth isn't always obvious when you're in it. But when you journal consistently, you start to see patterns. You start noticing the same things you keep bringing to God. The moments when He actually answered, but you were too busy to realize it. The places where you've grown, even if you didn't feel like you were making progress. And once you see it, you can start praying differently, more intentionally, more boldly, more with the confidence that God has been working all along. Number three, writing helps you be honest with God. Now, here's the truth. Sometimes we don't pray honestly. We pray what we think we're supposed to say. We filter our words. We try to sound strong, even when we're barely holding it together. But honey, listen to me. God can handle your real prayers, the messy ones, the angry ones, the ones filled with doubts, frustration, and questions you're scared to ask out loud. Journaling gives you a space to be raw with God, to write down the fears you haven't admitted, the disappointments you haven't processed, the questions you're afraid don't have answers. When you get honest with God, that's when the real breakthrough happens. Number four, writing turns your prayer into a testimony. Imagine this. A year from now, you open your journal and read a prayer you wrote today, and you realize God answered. Not always in the way you expected, not always in the timing you wanted, but He did. And because you wrote it down, you can see it. Journaling isn't just about processing in the present. It's about building your testimony for the future. So when you doubt, you have proof that God was faithful before. And if He was faithful then, He'll be faithful now. Number five, writing creates space for God to speak. So often we treat prayer like a one-sided conversation. We talk, we ask, we cry out, and then we move on. But what if we stopped and listened? What if we left space for God to respond? When you journal, you don't just pour out your heart. You create a sacred space to receive, to pause, to reflect, to hear the whispers you might have missed in the noise of everyday life. Because prayer isn't just about talking to God. It's about letting Him speak to you too. If you needed this message today, that's why I created the Hi God It's Me journal. It's for moments just like this, for the days when prayer feels hard, for the nights when you wonder if God is really listening, for the moments when you just need a quiet space to be with Him. So, if you've been feeling distant, this is your sign. Grab your Hi God It's Me journal. Start writing your prayers instead of speaking them. Slow down enough to hear what God is really saying. Before you go, let me know in the comments. What's one prayer you're holding on to right now? I'd love to hear from you. If this message spoke to you, don't forget to grab your I Got It's Me journal, because your prayers are not being ignored and your words are not being wasted. God hears you. Now, take a moment to listen to Him too. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.